This House now resume its sitting. I call upon the Minister for Communications and Works.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I beg to report that the bill entitled Water and Sewage Authority Act 2022 has been passed through committee with amendments.
Madam Speaker, I rise to second the motion.
Madam Speaker, I move that the bill entitled Water and Sewage Authority Act be read a third time and passed as amended.
Madam Speaker, I rise to second.
Thank you. It has been moved and seconded that the bill entitled Water and Sewage Authority Act 2022 be now read a third time and passed as amended. Those in favor? Aye. Those against? The ayes have it. The motion is passed. I call upon the clerk to read the bill a third time.
This act may be cited as the Water and Sewage Authority Act 2022.
The bill has been read a third time and passed with amendments.
Marlon, do that to me. No, I can't. I wouldn't have a prayer in hell. I wouldn't know where I was. Where were you? You weren't in the house. I didn't see you.
I call upon the Premier.
Not the one with 1B. The 1B, 1B.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move a motion to amend the order paper by adding a resolution to be dealt with right now, right after the item we just dealt with, which was the Water and Sewage Authority Act.
Yeah, that's like.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, I rise to second the motion.
Thank you.
Let me read it. And we just call on this call and then pass it and get out of here.
Okay. A motion has been moved and seconded to add a new Roman numeral number 14. I'm sorry, a new Roman numeral 15. And everything thereafter will be sequentially reordered. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The ayes have it. The motion is passed. Premier?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I beg to move the following motion. Whereas Section 67(3) of the Virgin Islands Constitution Order 2007 provides that subject to subsection 7, an elected member of the House of Assembly shall vacate his or her seat if the member becomes a party to a contract with the government of the Virgin Islands for or on account of the public service, or if any form in which the member is or becomes a partner, or company of which the member is or becomes a director or manager becomes a party to a contract with the government of the Virgin Islands. Whereas Section 67(7) provides that if in the circumstances it appears just to do so, the House of Assembly may exempt an elected member from vacating his or her seat under subsection 3E if the member, before becoming a party to a contract with the government, or before or as soon as practicable after becoming otherwise interested in a contract, discloses to the House of Assembly the nature of the contract and his or her interest in the contract or in any firm or company involved in the contract. Whereas the Honorable Mark Vanterpool, MHA, is an elected member of the House of Assembly. Whereas the Honorable Mark Vanterpool, MHA, is a director in the company known as Shoreside East Development Limited, whose registered office is situated in Belmont Chambers, P.O. Box 3443, Roadtown, Tortola, and the company is desirous of providing rental services of its property to the government, specifically a part of a building located at Block 2838C, Parcel 100, located in Lower Estate, Roadtown, more particularly the space comprising 5445 square feet on the third floor of the building for the purpose of carrying on business of the Ministry of Natural Resources, Labor and Immigration for a period of 2 years commencing the 1st May 2022, formal contract to be signed. Whereas the honorable member has disclosed to the House of Assembly his desire to provide these services to the government, whereas this resolution is a request by the honorable member to the House of Assembly to exempt the honorable member from vacating the House of Assembly, and whereas the Honorable Natalio D. Wheatley, MHA, the Premier and Minister of Finance, has by motion moved the House of Assembly to exempt the Honorable Mark Vanterpool, MHA, from vacating his seat as an elected member of the House of Assembly. Now therefore be it resolved that the House of Assembly of the Virgin Islands exempts the Honorable Mark Vanterpool, MHA, from vacating his seat as an elected member of the House of Assembly. Madam Speaker, briefly I'll just explain the circumstances. This is an issue that has come to the House of Assembly many times before. It's an issue that has been debated. It's been the subject of the Commission of Inquiry, and so it's a well-known issue. It's important to note, Madam Speaker, that the Constitution allows for members to be exempted from vacating their seat if in essence they enter into a contract with government. That has been subject, as I said to before, an inquiry and debate. But it's important to note that that is the present situation that pertains, and for it to be changed, the Constitution has to be amended. And of course, we have a Constitutional Review Commission in place, and that's one thing that they'll be looking at. And in accordance with the framework for the implementation of the COI recommendations and other reforms, we have a reviewer who has already been appointed who will be looking into the matter of elected members contracting with government. Also important to state, Madam Speaker, that the Ministry of Natural Resources and Labor was leasing from POSOS. They are in a building formerly owned by POSOS. Our very own member of the House of Assembly, Mark Vanterpool, who is a businessman, bought the company, I guess through his company, bought POSOS, and I believe that is also well-known information, and he inherited this lease. and he has not been able to move forward in signing a contract for the lease because it must first come to the House of Assembly so that he can be exempted from vacating his seat. So that is the purpose for which we have come here with this particular resolution, and I'm asking the members for their support to exempt Honorable Mark Vanterpool from vacating his seat. I believe, of course, that it's just, as the resolution says, it's just to do so, considering this is the situation that pertained when Honorable Vanterpool entered into the House of Assembly, and given that it's constitutional, that the Constitution gives us the right to do it, we should do so unless we have good reason otherwise. And I know of no such reason. So, Madam Speaker, with that, I ask the members for their support. I thank you.
Thank you, Premier. Deputy Premier.
Madam Speaker, I rise to second the motion.
Thank you. The floor is now open for debate. Given that the members do not wish to debate, I will ask the question. A motion has been moved and seconded. Okay, before I put the question, may I ask the Premier if you intend to wrap up, please?
Madam Speaker, I'll just thank the members for their support. I read that members supporting this silently. They felt it was straightforward enough that it didn't require debate. But I'm appreciative of the members' support, and I'm looking forward to this resolution being passed. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. A motion has been moved and seconded. Those in favor? Those against? The ayes have it. The motion is passed. Okay. Members, at this time, we will recess until September 6, 2022. This House is now in recess.